The second modelling kit that I purchased at this time was the Schleswig-Holstein, which was one of a class of pre-dreadnought battleships that the Imperial German Navy built just prior to the dreadnought era. So dreadnought was launched in 1905, if I recall rightly, and the German response to that came out in about 1906-07. So these were built just around 1890s, the late 1890s. I think there were 4 ships in the class. Schleswig-Holstein was one of the ones that survived the First World War and was retained in the German fleet. She was modernised and was she was involved in the opening salvos of the Second World War. You can actually get a model kit of her in the Second World War setup. They got rid of one of the funnels and they'd replaced the old-fashioned masts with better fire control things. But she was involved in the bombardment of the Polish ports during the invasion of Poland in September 1939. One of her other more famous sister ships was the Pommern, which fought at the Battle of Jutland. Schleswig-Holstein also fought at the Battle of Jutland, but the Pommern, during the night action where the Imperial Navy was slipping through the destroyer screen of the British Grand Fleet, she was struck by a torpedo. It hit into one of the magazines of the secondary battery here, and the entire ship exploded and killed everybody aboard. Anyway, let's open her up and see what's here. Right, so there you go. You can see it actually has 1908 written on the top, which gives you a good indication of the year. I couldn't read that while I was looking at it from the back side. Okay, so let's see if I can get this open with one hand. So this one is quite a lot larger. It's 67 millimeters. It's more like 67 centimeters, I think. Oh no, sorry. The beam would be 67 millimeters. Yes, sorry. The length is 367 millimeters, or just longer than a 30 centimeter ruler. Anyway, here we go. So opening up. This is a trumpeter model. Now, I believe these is a Chinese company, and they do some really, really good and very interesting models. Let's have a look at the instructions, painting guide. There you go. Now when my wife looks at this, goes, yes, it's got a red bottom and it's grey on top. That's very exciting, Paul. I don't understand why you have any interest in this, but I find pre-dreadnought battleships particularly interesting, and I know I do drag her to maritime museums all over the world, and I know she loves it. Okay. Might not be as, it's fairly clear, but it's not as detailed as the Ting Wen. Now this one as well has brass etched pieces, which I've never worked with before, so I'm maybe a little bit of a concern about how I'll do that properly. I don't want to ruin the thing. Alright, well there's the instructions, so put that aside over there. And let's have a look at the kit itself. As you can see, that's quite a bit longer. It's not as big as I thought. When I first saw the size of the box, I thought, wow, it's going to be enormous, but it's not too bad. Some advertising from Trumpeter on that side. The decks. You can get accessories for these, which are actually like a wood, well, more like a cardboard maybe, or balsa wood insert, which overlays that, so you don't have to. It looks more like real wood. As you can see, these are really well packed. This is obviously Trumpeter's own boxing to make sure that everything is in good nick. Oh, there's the turrets right there. And in here, what do we have? Some more very small parts. And there is the photo etched parts in there. There's a lot of railing, lots of it. Well, that one too seems to be a very interesting kit. I look forward to playing around with that one while in quarantine. Okay.